Hello, hello, everybody. Man, I can feel a buzz in this room. This is great. I can tell you're excited. How many of you know Keith Murphy? How many of you got dragged along by somebody who knows about Keith Murphy? How many came here just because you know I put on good shows? Oh, okay. I'm thrilled that, I schedule these about every 4 to 5 or 6 weeks, and then someone like Keith gets hold of me. One of my musical heroes says, "Do you have any space?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, for you." So that's how we got this. Yes?
This is Keith Murphy. I came for Yann Falquet.
Oh, you're right! Falquet, I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, he's here too.
Presumptuous.
No, God, thank you. Okay, I'm not going to hear the end of this one. All right. Okay, coming up, I've got my next concert is, there's a couple of free chairs. There's a single, your partner's there, okay. There's a single chair somewhere. There's one single, there. There's a single there.
That's saved. Yeah.
Okay, you're taken care of. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see a full house. This is very nice. Okay. If you haven't done this, there's an attendance sheet I'm starting to do. That's a new thing we're going to do here is, did you really come? Do I have to shame you because you didn't tell me you weren't coming? So expect that. Coming up, end of this month, I've got Alexis Chartrand and Nicolas Bobineau coming from Quebec. They're going to be amazing. They're also musical heroes of mine. I have listened to them for years and years and years. I've learned a ton of tunes off their CDs. That's going to be quite a show. I've got Gray Larson and Cindy Callett coming back at the end of July, and a bunch of other stuff through January already. So, other announcement, I am looking for a house sitter, cat sitter for end of August to mid-September. We're off to Australia for a few weeks. So if you know of anybody who wants to sit here and pet the cat and take care of the house and host a session while I'm gone, because there's one that meets here. I spread the word out. I'm looking for someone. Okay, Keith Murphy and Yann Falquet. They had an amazing show this afternoon.
Yes.
They're going to have another amazing show tonight. I'm not going to say anything more except welcome them all.
Which? Just leave. We'll wait a little bit before we reveal the big reveal.
Belle embarquée dans mon joli navire. Belle embarquée dans mon joli navire du long de la mer. La jolie mer du long de la mer jolie. Mais quand la belle fut embarquée, elle se mit à tant rire. Mais qu'avez-vous, charmante belle, qu'avez-vous à tant rire du long de la mer, de la jolie mer, du long de la mer jolie. Mon bel amant, si tu savais de qui je suis la fille, je suis la fille du quêteur, le plus pauvre de la ville, le long de la mer, de la take this opportunity to thank Doug and Robin for opening their house to all of us. What a pleasure to play here twice in a day, and thank you for coming and being part of this. Well, here it is. This is Keith Murphy, and I am Yann Falquet. And we are Keith Murphy and Yann Falquet. So I'm originally, as you can tell from my accent in the song I sang, I'm French Canadian. I'm from Quebec. Keith originally is from Newfoundland in Canada, and we both ended up in the town of Brattleboro in southern Vermont, where we've been for Keith for many years, me a little more recently, and that's where we started this kind of side project of us and play more and more, and that's got us all the way to a nice little tour in the Pacific Northwest. So we'll do songs from Quebec, obviously, stuff from Newfoundland, and some tunes and all kind of good stuff. The first song we did for you was in French, so I'm going to tell you what it was about. Anybody speak French here? I know at least some. So the song is called Belle Embarquée. What does that mean?
Beautiful, hauled off.
Embarqué, embark, get on my boat. So beautiful, get on my boat, get on my boat. So here the story is this young guy is very proud of his cool boat, and he sees the beautiful, and he says, beautiful, get on my boat, get on my boat. And she gets on the boat, she starts to laugh, and well, he says, why do you laugh? It's a pretty cool boat, I think. And she says, well, I laugh because you just picked up the poorest girl in town. I'm the daughter of the beggar. So he says, belle débarquée, belle débarquée. Get off my boat, get off my boat. And then she does so, no problem, and starts to laugh again. And he says, why do you laugh all the time? And she says, as you may have guessed, because it's an old folk song, it was just a test, it's a ruse. And she says, I'm the daughter of the richest man in town, the banker. So there you go. He failed the test. That was the first song.
We'll do some songs in English, but we're going to do another one in French now. This one's called Isabeau s'y promène. I'll tell you in advance what this is about. A young woman out for a walk, and she meets up with 30 matelots, 30 sailors, and the youngest one is singing a beautiful song. And she says, oh, that's such a beautiful song. I love that song. I'd love to learn that song. And he says, well, get on my boat. Get on my boat. And she gets on the boat, and she very quickly she starts to cry. So just to review, in Yann's song, the woman gets on the boat and she laughs, but in this song, the woman gets on a boat and she starts to cry. And that's a good demonstration of the range of song material that we have for you. Just an incredibly diverse range of stories. So buckle up.
Isabeau s'y promène le long de son jardin. Isabeau s'y promène le long de son jardin. Le long de son jardin sur de beaux lits. Le long de son jardin sur de beaux lits, sur le bord du vaisseau. La rencontre de 30 matelots, de 30 matelots sur de beaux lits, de 30 matelots sur de beaux lits, sur le bord du vaisseau. Le plus jeune des 30, il se mit à chanter. Le plus jeune des 30, il se mit à chanter. Il se mit à chanter sur de beaux lits. Il se mit à chanter sur de beaux lits, sur le bord du chanson que tu chantes, j'aimerais la savoir. La chanson que tu chantes, j'aimerais la savoir. J'aimerais la savoir sur de beaux lits. J'aimerais la savoir sur de beaux l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. Embarque dans ma barque, je te la chanterai. Embarque dans ma barque, je te la chanterai. Je te la chanterai sur le bord de l'île. Je te la chanterai sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau. Quand elle fut dans la barque, elle se mit à pleurer. Quand elle fut dans la barque, elle se mit à pleurer. Elle se mit à pleurer sur le bord de l'île. Elle se mit à pleurer sur le bord de l'eau, sur le bord du vaisseau.
I was saying earlier, I moved to the States over 30 years ago. And when I first started traveling around and doing songs from Newfoundland, I feel like a lot of people didn't know much about Newfoundland, hadn't heard about Newfoundland. And then, over the course of that time, various things happened. The famous book, The Shipping News, read by many people. Various things. And now most recently, the Broadway musical, Come From Away. How many people here? Who's seen the show?
wow.
Anyone seen? What? Really? Was it in Seattle? Yeah.
Wow.
You saw it 3 times on Broadway? You could have.
Broadway.
Oh, you could have gone to Newfoundland for that. Like,
You did.
Wow, yeah.
The world premiere was apparently here.
Oh, wow.
well, the world premiere was in Newfoundland. I mean, it actually happened in Newfoundland. A friend of mine, her family, she's from Gander, which is the place where it happened, because that's the airport where all these transatlantic flights were sent. For anyone who kind of missed the story, the transatlantic flights, when they were grounded on 9/11, a lot were sent to this airport in Gander, because Gander was this airport that was used kind of in the earlier years of air travel as a refueling stop for planes that couldn't make it all the way from the continental U.S. to Europe at that point. They would stop and refuel at this airport. So it was a big airport designed to handle large aircraft, but a small town, not designed to accommodate 10,000 passengers, which is what happened on 9/11. So they were taken into the homes of local people, and which was a very powerful experience for a lot of those passengers. But this friend of mine was telling me just this past year that her family was flown complimentary to Germany by Lufthansa a couple of years after that happened, because as a sign of gratitude from Lufthansa for their generosity towards those passengers. This is a song from Newfoundland collected in 1929 by this famous English folk song collector, woman from England named Maud Karpeles. I'm going to tell you another story, just because this is the last show of the tour and I want to get all my stories out. In the early 1900s, a lot of folk song collectors went to Newfoundland collecting folk songs, and one of them was a woman named Elizabeth Greenleaf, who in 1919 was there as a school teacher, a volunteer school teacher, and started hearing these old songs and started transcribing songs, and ended up publishing one of the seminal collections of Newfoundland folk songs. And it was only years after me studying this book that I found out that she is the grandmother of contra dance caller Lisa Greenleaf, who some of you will know. Anyway, but it happened that there were actually a few women, unrelated, who made trips to Newfoundland in the early part of the 20th century and did this. And another one was this woman, Maud Karpelis, who again, got boat rides around the coast of Newfoundland to these very remote outports, introducing herself and asking for singers and transcribing their songs. This song was collected by Maud Karpelis in the summer of 1929, and it's a Newfoundland version of an Old English song called My Bonnie Labouring Boy. Oh, I have another story.
As I rode out one evening on in the bloomin' spring, I spied a pretty fair maid who grievously did sing. Oh, cruel are my parents who did me so deny, and would not let me marry my bonny labouring boy. Oh, Johnny was my true love's name, as you can plainly see. My father, he employed him, his labouring boy to be, to harrow, reap, and sow the seeds, and plough my father's land. And thus I fell in love with him, as you may understand. I courted him for 12 long months, but little did I know that my cruel parents would prove my overthrow. They watched us close one evening all in the shady grove, pledging our vows together in constant bands of love. My father, he stepped up to me and seized me by the hand. He swore he'd send young Johnny into some foreign land. He locked me in my bedroom, my comfort to the night, and left me there to grieve and mourn my bonny labouring boy. My mother came next morning and thus to me did say, your father has intended to appoint your wedding day. I know he may have answered, with him I'll dare comply, but single I'll remain for my bonny labouring boy. Moreover, says the young girl, your plans are all in vain. Your lords and dukes and earls, their riches I disdain. I'd rather lead a single life, my time I will employ, increasing nature's prospects for my bonny labouring boy. So fill your glasses to the brim, the toast goes merrily round. Here's a health to every labouring boy who ploughs and sows the ground. And when his work is over, to his home he'll go with joy, and happy is the girl that gets her bonny labouring boy.
Well, we have come in this. Okay, well, all right. He told all his story for the night, so he can go. He's going home. We've been in this area before, Keith and I, but
separately with other projects. I've played here many times with Jean Tikaram. Keith has played with, I'm sure, with his wife Becky, as well as with Hanukkah Castle in the area. So I would say in our regular life, we usually play guitar, Keith and I, and have this role, you know, we're the modest provider of humble chord to make these fantastic fiddlers shine and be their best and dazzle you with their amazing, fantastic
Egos.
present company excluded, of course.
Has Becky heard you do this riff?
Doug and Robin get to hear all the jokes twice today. But we, well, now this is complete ego-less concert and fiddle-less for that same matter. So we will provide our own tunes. We love to pick tunes on the guitar once in a while. And we'll do 2 tunes for you, and not from Quebec or from Newfoundland this time. We'll start with a Breton tune, dedicated to David, who's going to move to France soon. And then some Northern English tune from Northumbria, some 3/2 hornpipes. These fantastic, kind of hypnotic 3/2 hornpipes that kind of loop on themselves. They're really cool tunes. So there you go. 2 tunes by 2 sensitive guitar players. 1, 2, 3. right. Well, I've mentioned this earlier in the earlier concert, but so did everything I said tonight. So there you go. I won't say that again. We have this great, fantastic therapist here in the room with our friend Robin there, pioneer. And this song kind of talks about, you know, how we did things in Quebec before, you know, therapy was developed. So how it worked if you have problems of the heart or some things to set. Well, your cue was first le rossignol, the nightingale will call you to go this spot between the forest and the mountain, entre les bois et la montagne. And you will arrive there and then have a free consultation with the apple tree and have a long discussion with the apple tree, and then nothing changed. It was just a placebo. But that's what more or less what this song is about. Yes. It's called Entre les bois et la montagne. Entre les bois et la montagne, il y a tant et tant. Le rossignol y chante à chaque petit moment. Guéfaluron, madondelle, oh guéfaluron, madondelle. Le rossignol y chante à chaque petit moment. A su charmer la belle, c'est par son joli chant. Beau faluron, madondelle, oh guéfaluron, madondelle. La belle sans prendre garde, elle a voulu se baigner. Mettant son pied à l'eau, son cœur il s'est noyé. Son cœur il a dérivé au pied d'un vert pommier. Son cœur il a dérivé au pied d'un vert pommier. Au pommier, beau pommier qui est chargé de fleurs. Au faluron, madondelle, au faluron, madondelle. Pas plus chargé de fleurs que ton carnet d'amour. Pas plus chargé de fleurs que ton carnet d'amour. Faudrait qu'un petit vent pour faire tomber tes fleurs. Au faluron, madondelle, au faluron, madondelle. Faudrait qu'un bel amant pour avoir tes amours. Faudrait qu'un bel amant pour avoir tes amours. Faudrait qu'un voyageur ait gagné ton cœur.
little dramatic there at the beginning in terms of introducing us, naming us for those of you who didn't actually know who we are. The funny thing about touring and sort of being kind of irregular in terms of how often you kind of go back to certain places and not seeing people who you haven't seen for a long time. We were in Ashland, and this guy came up to Yann and he said, "It is so good to see you, Keith." And Yann had to say, "Well, actually, I'm Yann," he said. And the guy said,
He insisted, yeah.
"Are you sure?"
We've met. We spent time together.
Yeah, but you don't remember we hung out? No, Yann said, "Well, that's Keith over there." And the guy looked around and he said, "That guy with the white hair?" Ah, yes. Passage of time. So Yann and I have been we've been doing our duo music together for a little while now, and over the past 5 or 6 years we've kind of been working on material together, and we recently thought, okay, well, we're gonna sort of start focusing our energy and try to make a recording. And then having sort of kind of thought that, then we sort of thought, well, it'd be fun to kind of work on some new stuff. So in fact, on the tour, we've been trying out sort of some new arrangements of some new material, including this song, which is another old song from Newfoundland. And it's sort of very much in the Irish vein, because Newfoundland was settled by a mix of Irish and English people. But I would say this song is kind of very clearly connected to kind of an Irish style of song and singing. And it's like it's a farewell song. It's a song of goodbye. A guy sort of bidding adieu to his girlfriend, not knowing when or if they're gonna see each other again, hoping that they do. But it's a beautiful old song called "My Bonnie Blue-Eyed Jane." Here's a due unto my native home, that I may see no more. With love my thoughts will turn to thee, when on a foreign shore. Farewell to friends and my parents dear, from you I'll part in pain. Likewise to you, my bloomin' girl, my bonnie blue-eyed Jane. When I am absent from your side, out on the lone blue sea, your image bright unto my mind will ever foremost be. Cheer me in my lonely watch until I see again the form of her I love so well, my bonnie blue-eyed Jane. When far beneath those sunny skies in foreign lands I roam, powerless will their beauty be to win my love from home. Though I may meet in friendship the girls from sunny Spain, they will not win my love from you, my bonnie blue-eyed Jane.
give it all to the one I love, that girl so fair and grand. The pearls from the ocean depths, devoid of spot or stain, not enhance the beauty of my bonny blue-eyed Jane. And if kind fortune should decree that riches I should find, with loving haste I'd return to her, the girl I left behind. Across the deep and the changeful seas, from roving I refrain, marry her I love so well, my bonny blue-eyed Jane.
Keith Murphy.
I'm pulling out an octave mandolin. So I played a mandolin. I played this, which is a mandola. It's like the viola of the mandolin family. And then this is an octave mandolin, and then this is a guitar. But the octave mandolin, I play an octave mandolin at home. We don't tend to fly very much for our gigs, and it wasn't feasible for us to fly for me to fly with all these different instruments. We check our guitars. So Yann asked Doug, he said, Doug, do you happen to know anybody who has an octave mandolin? And by God, at our first concert, this guy shows up with an octave mandolin for us. And so yet another example of Doug's support and work for us on this tour. Yep.
All right.
All right, we're going to do one more song and then we'll take a little break. And we have a few CDs left before we fly home. Yann and I both have solo recordings from the last 2 or 3 years. So we have those. But we don't have anything of the two of us together exactly. Yes. So there's that project, and so we do have our email sign-up list over there, which we're advertising as with the promise that when this project gets done, whenever that may be, that you'll receive word. So consider that. But also, just to to plug another platform that Yann and I both use, the digital platform Bandcamp, which is a place where you can buy digital downloads of musicians' music, and it's a platform that's of course much better for us and kind of helps support our recorded music work and helps us do more in the future. So consider looking up Yann or Jonty Koram or me. We all have pages on Bandcamp. So we'll do this last song. This is a song we haven't been doing on this tour, but we thought we would throw this one in for a little change up today. It's a song in French from the west coast of Newfoundland, which was the part of Newfoundland that was kind of occupied and used by the French for a long time, known as the French Shore. So there's like a history of French song and fiddle tunes out there. But it's a version of an old French song, and it's a story of a guy. He's got this girlfriend. He's madly in love with Nanette, but he decides he's going to join the army. So he goes off to join the army, and he's not in the army very long. And he can't keep away. He's got to go see Nanette, and he doesn't ask for permission. He just kind of takes off because he just can't wait. Has a lovely time with Nanette, and then comes back, and he's arrested immediately for desertion, and he's hauled off to the darkest, deepest dungeon in Paris. Yep. And
Can I dedicate this to David, who's moving to France? Living the dungeon.
The last line of the song is "Voici la jolie récompense d'un jeune garçon," kind of like so that's what a young guy gets for that's what you get for loving me. It's kind of the essence of it. Beau militaire.
Conduire en prison, ouais, par des gendarmes.
jeune garçon.
Thanks, everyone.
See you after the break.
Thanks. I wanted to say about Jan. The reason I didn't give him so much attention is he's been here so often. He's practically a roommate. You know? This is his 5th time here. So anyway, welcome Keith and Jan back.
Thank you. Jan's going to relax for a moment while I introduce this song because he's heard this story a number of times. This song was a poem that I found in Newfoundland a few years back in a collection of songs and poetry from Newfoundland, and it was written by a woman in the 1840s who had moved to Newfoundland from Scotland, a woman named Margaret Peace. She moved there with her family, and it was the 1840s in Newfoundland was yet another downturn, in the fishery, and it was a very sort of rough period of time. And she was very kind of taken by like the fortitude and the grit and determination of the people of the island, who continued to kind of work under very difficult conditions, fishing on the North Atlantic, not making a lot of money, and also just generally by the harsh beauty of the island. And so she wrote this poem called The Land of Fish and Seals. The land of fish, the Irish nickname for Newfoundland was in Gaelic Talavanesh, which is the land of fish. So that was kind of the nickname for Newfoundland, the land of fish and seals. So she wrote this poem in the 1840s. But after about 15 years, the beauty of Newfoundland was a little too harsh for Margaret and her family, and they decided they were going to emigrate to New Zealand. So in 1862, they left Newfoundland and they sailed to New Zealand. So I set this poem to music, and I started singing the song, and really kind of resonated for me. I really enjoyed it, and I recorded it, and it became the title track of one of my solo recordings, The Land of Fish and Seals. So in the spring of 2020, I got an email from a woman from New Zealand who said that she was the great-great-great-granddaughter of Margaret Peace, and she'd found my music online, and she was very excited to know that Margaret's poetry was still out there being appreciated and put into this new form. We made a great exchange, and I learned more about the family a little bit. And then about 4 months later, I was in Newfoundland, and I got another email from another woman from New Zealand who said that she was the great-great-great-great-granddaughter of Margaret Peace, and she just discovered my music, and it was almost the same email. And it was weird because the second woman made no mention of the first woman. And when I asked, they didn't know each other. Wow. They were from different branches of the family over the course of many generations. They were living in different parts of New Zealand. And it was just by total coincidence that they were sort of researching Margaret and stumbled on my music. So I did what every Canadian is trained to do in this situation. I called the CBC. And I was in Newfoundland, and we had an interview on the radio. And that was the first time that these two women spoke. So that was a great connection for them, and it happened all because of this poem and this song. And if you go to New Zealand today, you'll find statues of me all across the country. Sunny India her wealth proclaimed, her gorgeous glow
glowing skies, her silken stores and golden veins, and flowers of every dye. We envy not her gaudy show, where death insidious steals. For wealth's bright diamond deck our brow in the land of fish and seal. Let Italy and France and Spain their vine-clad valleys praise. Let Greece and Rome take up the strain and sing the bygone days of classic fame and glorious names, which fame's loud trumpet reveal. But we boast not of our past glories in the land of fish and seal. No great immortal names are ours, whose deeds our annals trace. No sunny skies, nor golden mines, nor vines our valleys grace. But yet our ice-girt isle can claim the true, the brave allele. For slave and tyrant we disdain in the land of fish and seal. And we boast not of our past glories, but of our living brave. With a frozen ocean fearless tread, and skim the angry waves. May heaven bless their gallant hearts, our country's pride and weal, who face the perils of the deep in the quest for fish and seal. May plenty cheer our hardy sons, and fortune on them smile. If milk and honey are not ours, may we have lots of oil. It'll make each face shine bright with joy, each bosom grateful feel, and bring contentment, joy, and peace in the land of fish and seal. It'll make each face shine bright with joy, each bosom grateful feel, and bring contentment, joy, and peace in the land of fish and seal.
All right, we'll go back or stay on the coasts. That coastal theme. And this next song is called La Frégate, the frégate, the boat. And in this case, La Frégate arrives, and the captain sees this woman on a rock just by the shore, and she's crying. And he comes closer with La Frégate, and then says, "What's happening?" And she says, "Well, my golden ring just fell into the sound, and I just lost it." And he says, "Well, how much would you pay me if I go and get it back for you?" And she says, I'm too poor, I can't pay anything, but if you get it, I'll marry you." So that's a good deal. So he undresses, jumps. Well, you can see it very far and almost catches it and then go up. That was the first plunge, la première plonge. You'll hear that in the song. And then la deuxième plonge, you'll also hear that. Jumps again, gets to it, never comes back. Then the woman there, she looks around a little bit, she wipes her tears and get a second golden ring from her jacket.
Dark.
La frégate.
In Quebec, this is considered a very romantic song.
C'était une frégate, mon joli cœur de rose, sur la mer a touché, joli cœur d'un rosier. Il y avait une demoiselle, mon joli cœur de rose, sur la rive qui pleurait, joli cœur d'un rosier. Je pleure mon anneau d'or, mon joli cœur de rose, dans la mer est tombé, joli cœur d'un rosier. Que donneriez-vous, belle, mon joli cœur de rose, si j'allais le chercher, joli cœur d'un rosier. Mon joli cœur de rose, je n'ai plus rien donné, joli cœur d'un rosier. Mon cœur en mariage, mon joli cœur de rose, pour un anneau donné, joli cœur d'un rosier. Première plonge, mon joli cœur de rose, l'anneau d'or a touché, joli cœur d'un rosier. À la deuxième plonge, mon joli cœur de rose, le galant s'est noyé, joli cœur d'un rosier. These were two Quebec tunes we love to pick on guitar mandolin. La Chaîne des Dames and La Gigue à Monsieur la Santé, for those who are taking notes.
Well, thank you for indulging, this music of just really two sensitive guys playing very sensitive guitar music together. Thank you. It really means a lot to us.
I'm going to cry for a second.
But now here's your opportunity to be a little less sensitive and join us in the singing of this Newfoundland song, which has a great chorus, a song from written by a friend of mine in Newfoundland, Jim Payne, a well-known traditional musician, and a song of his that has kind of become a modern classic. Here's the chorus. And it's wave over wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a shareman like me, but to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea. I'm going to sing one line at a time, you sing it back to me. And it's a wave over wave, sea over bow. And it's wave over wave, sea over bow. I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a shareman like me. There's no other life for a shareman like me, but to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. But to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. No other life but to sail the salt sea. No other life but to sail the salt sea. Well, me name's Abel Rogers, a shareman am I on a three-masted schooner from Twillingate Isle. I've been the world over, north, south, east, and west, but the middle of nowhere's where I like best. And it's wave over wave, and it's wave over wave, sea over bow. I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life. There's no other life for a shareman like me, but to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. for decades or more, and many times wondered what I do it for. I don't know the answer, it's pleasure and pain, but with life to live over, I do it again. And it's wave over wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a Sherman like me, but to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea. And it's a wave, wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a Sherman like me, but to sail the salt sea, boys, sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea. Good job.
Well, we're very much enjoying this moment, being in this room with you, and we can feel your attentive listening and open hearts, and it feels very good. But we also know that at the same time in your head, you're wondering which one is your favorite. You know. And it's a hard. I would not want to be in your position. It's a hard decision to make, but you're all making it, whether you want it or not. And this really is to put you in the mind frame for the next song, which is called Du temps que j'étais jeune, where our hero has a choice of two suitors. There's Antoine and Pierre. Well, in that case, the choice is much easier because, and now we're going to practice a bit of French. Antoine is paresseux. So can you say paresseux? Paresseux, that's a good word too. Lazy, yes. Antoine is lazy. But Pierre is vigoureux. Vigorous. There you go. It's easy. Il est trop paresseux. You can say he's too lazy. Il est trop paresseux. Okay. I'll sing that at some point. And this is a really kind of old-fashioned Quebec song, call and answer song, where I'll sing the whole thing twice, and then Keith and I will repeat it twice. So if you want, just jump in. Il est trop paresseux. And then Pierre, well, il est plus vigoureux. He's more vigorous. But not only Pierre is vigorous, but he has a little buggy with 2 oxen to take our character to the Vesper Mass whenever they want, and that was a very sexy thing to do at the time, apparently. So there you go, easy choice. Hard choice for you, though. Okay, who's the most in tune? He's very in tune. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just right, Keith. Ah, du temps que j'étais jeune, donne ma dondette. Ah, du temps que j'étais jeune, donne ma dondette. J'avais 2 amoureux, malurons lurette. 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 Il y avait Pierre et Titoine, donne ma dondette. Il y avait Pierre et Titoine, donne ma dondette. J'avais le choix sur les deux, malurons lurette. 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 Je n'aime pas Antoine, donne ma dondaine. Je n'aime pas Antoine, donne ma dondaine. Il est trop paresseux, maluron lurette. Il est trop paresseux, maluron lurette. Il est trop paresseux, ma luron lurette. Il est trop paresseux, mon luron luré. J'aime mieux mon ami Pierre, donne ma dondaine. J'aime mieux mon ami Pierre, donne ma dondaine. Il est plus vigoureux, ma luron lurette. Il est plus vigoureux, ma luron luré. Il est plus vigoureux, ma luron lurette. Il est plus vigoureux, ma luron luré.
But also sensitive.
Il me mène à la messe, donne ma dondaine. Il me mène à la messe, donne ma dondaine. En bête quand je le veux, ma luron lurette. Au bête quand je le veux, ma luron lurée. Au bête quand je le veux, ma luron lurette. Au bête quand je le veux, ma luron lurée. Il m'amène, me ramène, donne ma dondaine. Il m'amène, me ramène. Ma dondaine, en petite charrette à peu, ma luron lurette. En petite charrette à pied, ma luron lurée. En petite charrette à peu, ma luron lurette. En petite charrette à pied, ma luron lurée. En petite charrette à peu, ma luron lurette. En petite charrette à pied, ma luron lurée. Well,
I'm just gonna say-
so you have a
I'm just going to say one thing because Doug kind of mentioned this earlier and asked about it, about the Black Isle.
oh yes.
The Black Isle is this area. It's actually not. It's more of like a peninsula than an island, but it's this area in Scotland. He mentioned his photographs from there. Those beautiful black and whites on that in the wall in the kitchen. But it's also the area where my Scottish side of my family is from. My mother was from Stonehaven, but her parents and grandparents were from this area inland a little bit, the Black Isle. And I took that name as the name of my publishing company. But so my tune book and my tunes are known as under the name of Black Isle Music. And I mention this because I have one last tune book on the tour that's over there, as I mentioned earlier, with our CDs. So please come over and visit the book and CD table.
Here, let's hear it for the person who really captures the ruggedness of the Black Isle with all its vigor, Monsieur Keith Murphy.
I kid you not, I had not seen that maneuver before. That was something new that Yann pulled out. So a hand for the ever surprising but also sensitive and fantastic guitar player, Yann Falquet.
Again, huge thanks for Robin and Doug. Thanks also, thanks guys. Extra point for finding us an octave mandolin. Extra point, Doug helped coordinate a lot of the shows from this tour. Put me in touch with people who hosted many shows from this tour. So thanks very much. We're very grateful. And also can't take for granted the work those people who host house concert do. Let all us in their house and share, allows us to share our music. So thanks,
you're going
guys.
to help us move the chairs down.
And you're going to all move the chairs.
I can't say enough how much joy this brings me and hope brings you. And this is the point of these: is we need more joy in our lives, especially now.
Yes.
Well, it would bring us great joy if you once again join in on a little refrain in this song. It's a song that will be familiar to you in this weirdly Americanized version, but this is the original version. So I think you'll hear the melody. It'll come back to you. It's in your consciousness. I don't think it's going to be a complete unknown to you. but it has a little refrain, and Yann is going to teach you the words to the refrain now.
All right, so repeat after me. Car le monde
Car le monde
et les temps
et les temps
changent.
changent.
All there is to it. Just follow the melody and you'll be good.
Yeah, it'll start to
Yes.
make sense to you.
An old song for an old Quebecer called Robert Dylan. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, accourez, braves gens. L'eau commence à monter, soyez plus clairvoyants. Admettez que bientôt vous serez submergés. Et que si vous valez la peine d'être sauvés, il est temps maintenant d'apprendre à nager. Car le monde et les temps changent. Ont la plume et d'or, de critiquer plus car il est temps encore. La roue de la fortune est en train de tourner et nul ne sait encore où elle va s'arrêter. Les perdants d'hier vont peut-être gagner car le monde et les temps changent. Sur les nouvelles, ou bien rester caché, car le monde et les temps changent. Allez. Si vous n'avancez pas, vous serez dépassé. Car les fenêtres craquent et les lettres vont tomber. C'est la grande bataille qui va se livrer. Car le monde et les temps changent. Et les sorts et les dés maintenant sont jetés. Le présent bientôt sera déjà passé. Un peu plus chaque jour, l'ordre est bouleversé. Ceux qui attendent encore vont bientôt arriver. Les premiers aujourd'hui, demain seront gagnés. Car le monde et les temps changent. Car le monde et les temps changent.
Robert Dylan. Well, thank you. This is truly the last song on our tour. So, repeat after me. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away.
And then a little later, and away me bully boys, sing it.
And away, me bully boys.
We're all bound to go. We're all bound to go. Listen to that whole thing. And away me bully boys. We're all bound to go.
And away, me bully boys. We're all bound to go.
As I walked out one summer's morn down by the salt house dock, heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. Me being an immigrant Irish boy conversing with Tapscott, and away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Good morning, Mr. Tapscott, sir, good morning, sir, says me. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. It's have you got any packet ships bound for America? And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Oh yes, I've got some packet ships, I have got one or two. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. I've got the Ginny Walker and I've got the Kangaroo. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Sometimes we're bound for Newfoundland, sometimes we're bound for France. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. Now we're bound for Philadelphia to give the girls a dance. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. The day was fine when we set sail, and night had barely come on. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. And every immigrant surely wished to see himself at home. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. That night as we were sailing up the channel of St. James, heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. A dirty northwest wind come up and blew us back again. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. So we snubbed her up and laid her to with reef main topsail set. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. I tell you boys, it was no joke and our bumps and clothes was wet. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. It cleared up fine at break of day, and we set sail once more. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. And every immigrant sure was glad to see America's shore. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. Now I'm in Philadelphia and working on the canal. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. To go back home in a packet ship, I swear I never shall. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. But I'll go home in a national ship that carries both steam and sail. Heave away, me Johnnies, heave away. With the lashings of corned beef every day and none of your yellow meal. And away, me bully boys, we're all sing it again. And away, me bully boys, we're all bound to go. All right. Thank you.